Senator Crawford.
Senator Crawford, International Student President.
Director Delaney.
Director of Academic Affairs, President.
Senator Dennis.
Senator Dennis for College of Humanities and Social Sciences.
Senator Duclair.
Senator for the College of Humanities and Social Sciences.
Senator Dice.
Senator for Virtual Students, President.
Senator Edmonds.
Senator for Fraternity and Sorority Life, President.
Senator Ellis.
Senator Ellis of the Silicon Valley College of Engineering and Technology, President.
Senate Lead Gagne.
Kennesaw Senate Lead, President.
Director Heath.
Director of External Affairs, President.
Senate Lead Holden.
Marietta Campus Senate Lead, President.
Director Honeycutt.
Director of Procedural Operations, President.
Treasurer Jackson. Senator Jackson. Senator Keller.
Senator for the College of Business, President.
Senator Ligman.
Senator for the Honors College, President.
Senator McGinnis.
Senator for Non-Traditional Students, President.
Senator Mullins.
Senator for the Southern Polytechnic College of Engineering and Technology, President.
Senator Marquez.
Senator for the Bible College of Education, President.
Vice President Mobilaji.
Vice President Mobilaji, President.
Senator Mofasabi.
Senator for the Warsaw College of Human Services, President.
Senator Moches. Senator Vermont.
Senator for the College of Science and Mathematics, President.
Director Rubio.
Presidential Affairs, President.
Senator Singleton.
Senator for Athletics, Students, President.
Senator Stelter.
Senator for the College of the Arts, President.
Senator Stephenback.
Senator for Wellstar College of Health and Human Services, President.
Senator Sukumar.
Senator for the College of Science and Mathematics, President.
Senator Tala. Senator Tor.
Senator Tort for the College for First Year Students, President.
Director Bathabudi.
Director of Communications, President.
Senator Weiss.
Senator for University College, President.
Senator Whitehead.
Senator for my honors, President.
Is there a motion on the floor to approve the 38 meeting minutes that were sent out in the minutes? I move to approve the 38th meeting minutes. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Seltzer. Is there any discussion on the motion? All in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed? Any abstentions? That motion is passed. All right, now we're going to ask Dr. Amy Buddy to come up, who's with the Office of Undergraduate Research. Woo!
Hi everyone, thank you for having me. I have a little clicker and a PowerPoint at some point. Sorry guys. So my name is Amy Buddy. I am the director of the Office of Undergraduate Research. My associate director, Chris Corneliuson, couldn't make it, but he's here in spirit. So I want to talk to you about the National Conference on Undergraduate Research. How many of you have heard of it? Some of you are going or have gone in the past, so this is good that a lot of you already know about it. Before I talk about that, I actually want to just mention to you all that we in the Office of Undergraduate Research have a lot of resources for you all. So do you do research? If so, you should be asking me for $700 to send you to conferences or to buy supplies or materials for your research. You should be presenting at the Symposium of Student Scholars, which is free and catered and really good food because the president comes. So they don't let me like order pizzas, which I used to do. You should be joining Undergraduate Research Club because they have their own funds as a registered student organization, and so they can help you out with research. You should be publishing in the Kennesaw Journal of Undergraduate Research. Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to waste your time. We have a lot of stuff. Please contact me if you have any questions about any of this, or you can go to that link that you can hardly see, but it's back there. I sent the PowerPoints to, I think, Victoria and Emily, and so hopefully they'll send that out so you can click on the links that way. Okay, but NCUR. So we are hosting this event here on campus. How many of you are going to be here in 2019? Or y'all graduate? Oh, yay! I was worried that you all were going to be graduated. So you're still going to be here. So mark your calendars because it's going to be April 11th through 13th, 2019, here on the Kennesaw campus. It is the largest undergraduate research conference in the world. And it's a big deal that it's coming here. It actually is going to be the biggest event in terms of numbers, sheer numbers, that KSU has ever had. So you can see some numbers from last year when we went to Memphis. There was nearly every state represented, over 4,000 attendees, over 4,000 abstracts. The abstracts, by the way, are reviewed by the faculty at this school. So we decide that acceptance rate. We can be pickier or not picky, depending on how the faculty feel that day, I guess. It's a huge moneymaker, so KSU is going to make approximately $100,000 to $300,000 on this event. Obviously, the surrounding county, because undergraduate researchers from all over the country are coming here. They're going to be staying in our hotels, they're going to be eating at our restaurants. So it's a huge moneymaker for host institutions. Okay, so if you don't know anything about it, let me just give you a little bit of an overview. It's a really student-oriented event. So it's basically posters, oral presentations, performances, visual arts displays by students. It's a 2.5-day event, so it starts Thursday morning and it ends Saturday afternoon. There's also some student-focused programming like workshops on how to get into graduate school or how to write resumes, that sort of thing. There is a graduate school fair. So graduate schools from around the country pay an exorbitant fee to come here and put up tables because they're trying to recruit these students to come because undergraduate researchers are like the best and the brightest. So you want those people to come to your graduate school. So if you're interested in graduate school, you can just go to these tables and get more information. We're looking at developing a career fair. We'll be the first NCUR to do that, which is exciting. And departmental open houses, and I want to talk a little bit about that because depending on what your major is, your department might be thinking about planning this and they'll want some student input into what the departmental open house will look like. So really briefly, the open houses are designed basically to poach all of these undergraduate researchers from wherever they are and bring them here. We want these people here, they're the best and the brightest. But it's also a way just to promote what we have at KSU, our program, our facilities, that sort of thing. It's also a way to connect students from the same major. So like we expect 5,000 people to come. And if you're a biology major and you want to meet biology majors from all around the country, go to the biology open house, that's where they'll all be. So just to let you know, the open houses will probably be on Thursday, April 11th, around 4 o'clock or so. Marietta campus folks, if you want to show off your facilities, and I hope you do because you have great stuff down there, we'll have shuttles down to the Marietta campus for those open houses. And the good thing about being a part of an open house is that you get all the emails from the faculty mentors and the students in that major. So it's a way to sort of market to them, but you don't get all of that unless you host an open house. So just let your department know. And by the way, you can be as creative as you want with this open house. Like, I think it should be fun for the students. It shouldn't be just like, here's a tour of our lab. That might be just sort of dull, but if you can do something fun for the students, and that's why I think that the departments are going to want your input on that because we're old and we don't know what students like. So we're going to need you to help us out in terms of how to develop really good open houses. There's also some other kinds of sessions, and so there is stuff for faculty who come, not much, but an hour a day of sessions for us. We get one big name-ish speaker a day. So if you actually have ideas about people that you think would be really good to speak to undergraduate researchers from around the country, please send me an email because we're not finished figuring out who those people will be. This is a huge, this is a big thing, if you will. It's called the big event. Like literally, that's what they call it. And so what it is something to do on Friday night that the host campus does that is like supposed to, keep students on the campus out of trouble. So we're not sure what that should be, and that's another place where we want student input. So we want to know like what students might want to do that's not very expensive that we could host here, maybe like on the green or at the stadium, something like that, that would be fun for students. And then optional excursions starting on Saturday afternoon. So basically students pay extra to go down to the aquarium, and we like arrange the transportation and stuff, but they have to pay extra for these excursions that start Saturday afternoon. By the way, I put up here just for funsies pictures from last year when we went to Memphis and did NCUR there. So we took like 50 students to Memphis for that event. So some of you might be, or you might know some of the people in these pictures. I think this is a fake posed picture. Doesn't it look kind of fake? I think they were messing with me. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. We need about 700 people to help out with this. It's just such an enormous undertaking that it really is going to require mobilization from everybody, faculty, staff, administrators, and you, students. So there's a lot of things that you can do. You'll get more information through your email about how to volunteer. There's going to be like a portal where you can sign up for things, but I just want to let you know that this is coming down the pike. We've got less than a year and a half. That sounds like a lot of time, but it's really going to sort of creep up on us, I think. So just be aware that this is all coming. And then people ask me, well, it must be during spring break, right? We can't have 5,000 people on our campus and still have class. No, it's purposefully not on spring break, because what would happen if we held the event on your spring break? You wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't blame you. You deserve a spring break. You want to go somewhere fun and warm. So we're not having it during spring break. We're having it when classes are in session. So what we're doing, and I'm using language very purposefully here. It's not that classes are canceled. It's that classes are redirected to the conference. And so if you guys could help me out and use that language too, so people don't get the idea that from Thursday morning to Saturday afternoon they have off. Because that's not true. Instead of going to your classes, what you'll be doing is presenting at this conference if you're doing research. You'll be volunteering at this conference, or your instructors will make you go and write a reflection or something. You have to go, if you're a chemistry major, you have to go to an hour of chemistry oral presentations and write a little thing about what you learned. So you'll all be there in some capacity, whether it is as a presenter, as a volunteer, or as a, just attendee going to stuff, or maybe you'll do all three. But people are going to have to be on campus. And part of my motivation actually I've been bidding for this conference for like 4 years. It's been a long slog. And one of the things I wanted out of this conference is for our students to go to this event and to be jazzed about what they could do. I want freshmen at KSU to go to this thing and go to a session and be like, I want to do that too. I hope that it revolutionizes undergraduate research on our campus. That was kind of the goal here. And so, here's kind of the rationale that I provide for people who get salty when I tell them that classes are redirected to the conference. So far, actually, nobody has, but I suspect there are some curmudgeons out there who, really just want to keep their classes in session. And we really can't do it because we're going to take over the whole campus. I mean, think about that, like how big this conference is. We're going to need all the space, so there isn't any space left over for people to hold classes. And faculty are not going to be able to teach their classes because they're going to be volunteering. Students can't go to class because you're presenting and volunteering. So that's kind of the logic there. So just be aware, in 2019, there's going to be 2.5 days where you don't go to class, but you're doing other things that are related to your major. Okay, so finally, just to kind of wrap up here, here are some of the things that you could do right now that would really help make this conference really awesome. So the most important thing, I think, is getting our students into research so that they're ready to present at EdCur 2019. And that's coming up faster than you think. So the deadline for abstracts is going to be December 2018, the very first week of December. So you have less than a year to get involved in a research project and be ready to submit an abstract. Now, that might sound kind of daunting, but actually EdCur is a really nice conference because you don't have to have like all of your data collected or anything like that. You can just have a proposal and submit that the first week in December as long as you're ready to present when the conference rolls around in April. But really just spreading the word to students. If you're involved in research, you should go to this. This is a national conference. It's prestigious. It is a line on your resume or your vita. It's going to help get you into grad school, help get you a job. It's right here. It's free for anybody on our campus. And so why not take advantage of it? It's kind of dumb not to take advantage of something huge that's happening on our campus. So helping me spread the word about that. And also spreading the word about volunteering. If you have any ideas or feedback or you want to start joining one of our planning committees now, this is our, there are insects. Kind of pretty long. Well done. He's got me. OUR stands for Office of Undergraduate Research. You can send an email there, or Amy Buddy. I'm the only Amy Buddy in the system. You can find me. And if you are involved in like a registered student organization or other kind of group that a lot of students go to, I'm available to come to meetings and talk about this stuff. You can obviously do it since you've seen what the deal is, but having me there to answer questions might be good. So please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to come to events and meetings and things. Okay, so what questions or comments do you have?
Senator for the College of Computing and Software Engineering.
Do you want this?
Masood, so is it going to be held in both the campuses or just in this campus?
It's just going to be held on the Kennesaw campus because we were worried about traffic and like if a student had a session that ended at 11:30 and they had to get down to Marietta at 11:45, it wasn't going to work out. So we are only holding the events on the Kennesaw campus. However, the Marietta campus is encouraged to have those open houses that are going to be at the end of the day on Thursday, so they won't conflict with anything in terms of the traffic.
There's a mic right there for you. Right there.
A suggestion for you.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be a good idea to hold it in both the campuses, like one day here and one day on the other campus, or in all state?
That's an interesting thought. The National Conference on Undergraduate Research has an oversight committee that, they kind of make big decisions like that. And when I was at the last oversight committee meeting, I asked them about the two campus thing because they've never had EdCur held at a host institution that had two campuses. They've always just had one campus, so it's the first time it came up. And they wanted it to just be on one campus to reduce confusion about where you're going every day and to avoid the kind of traffic issue of going between campuses. So they kind of nixed the idea of using both campuses, except for the idea of using Marietta campus at the end of a day on Thursday where students wouldn't have to get back up for a session later on because 4 o'clock is kind of when it ends. The other possibility, though, that someone brought up at a different meeting was having some kind of fun event on Thursday night on the Marietta campus because that's an open night. So if there was, and somebody was like, e-sports, which actually is a completely foreign term to me, but I learned what it was. But and I guess that's a big thing. I'm old and not into it. But if people are into it and we could create something down on the Marietta campus that students would go down there for, or we could shuttle them down, but it would have to be at the end of the day. So Friday night is already the big event, which I suspect is going to have to be at the stadium because it's the only place big enough. So a Thursday night event would be good if you guys want to plan something or help me plan something. I'll just do this.
Senator Claire from the College of Humanities and Social Sciences. So my question is there restrictions to the type of research that students can submit?
I love this question. So the definition of undergraduate research that we use at KSU is, and I have this down because it comes from the Council on Undergraduate Research. hold on. An inquiry or investigation conducted by an undergraduate student that makes an original or creative, that makes an original, intellectual, or creative contribution to the discipline. It's hard to get that out. So basically, if you are doing a project that makes a unique contribution to your discipline, it counts as undergraduate research. So it just has to be slightly different from anything that's already out there. So for example, and I don't mean to call on you, but I know that somebody from the College of the Arts is here who's going to NCUR, is that true? Aren't you going to NCUR?
Yeah.
So, I recognize your name when you guys did roll. So, what does undergraduate research look like in your discipline? I'm sorry to call you out,
Yeah.
but I got excited that you were here.
So, the big thing, is this on? The big thing, is this on now?
Yeah.
So the big thing between the arts and different colleges, it's more on the creative side. So there's research involved, but there's also a process with it. So mine, I'm doing like real music and how Eastern European composers take mainly Asian influences in their music. So there's there's bigger differences between the arts, which is more artsy based, I guess you would call it, and like creativity based rather than science, which may be more quantitative stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, that counts as undergraduate research in his discipline, right? In history, maybe an undergraduate research project is synthesizing information on some historical event in a way that's unique that other people haven't done before. I'm in the discipline of psychology. In my discipline, students might be, creating a survey from scratch on some idea and doing it in a way that's different from how other people have done it before. In geography, they're like analyzing skeletons and stuff. Really cool stuff. That's all I know about it, though. In chemistry and biology, they're in the lab doing bench science. That's undergraduate research. So every single discipline on this campus has students doing undergraduate research. Some do more than others, but every single discipline has something that counts as undergraduate research going on. And so if you're in a major where you're not sure what that would look like, definitely just contact me and I can help hook you up with the faculty who are doing the best work. Does that help? Okay. You want it?
Does everyone get that $700 if they enter?
Ooh, I like that question too. So the $700, it's called URCA, U-R-C-A. It's on the website. It is a fund for students to either to help you travel to present to conferences, to present your research. Not NCUR. This is separate from NCUR, but let's say you're a microbiologist and you want to go to a microbiology conference. How are you going to get there because it's in Vegas or something? So that's where the $700 comes in. Or you can use the $700 to buy supplies or materials for your work. Now the question was, do you just get it if you apply for it? The answer is no, it is competitive. So on the website there is a rubric. So basically what happens is you submit your thing, we have one faculty member per college who reviews all of these URCA applications, and we score you on the rubric. And if you score high enough, then you get it. If you score too low, you don't get it. So you got to follow the rubric. And if you have any questions as you're filling out your form, definitely contact me. I'm the chair of that committee.
Time for one more question.
Excellent. Thank you guys so much for having me. Really appreciate it.
Just one housekeeping thing. Just leave my gone. Stay there. Just to.
All right, now we're going to go into director reports and other executive board reports. This is time for our executive board to give a little rundown about what we're doing, what's going on, and there we go. We'll start to our left with director report.
Good evening, everybody. I hope you all haven't missed me too much in the past solid week we've had between meetings. Just to touch on a few things regarding dress code for our newer members. Actually, I'll use a good example. Can Senator Armbruster and Senator Stephen Back stand up, please?
Look how nice they look.
Exactly. Thank you. demonstrate what good business casual looks like. For guys, it doesn't necessarily require a full suit, but a nice shirt, again, button up, tuck it in, wear a belt, long pants. And for both genders, no shirt or no t-shirts, preferably no shorts. I can't see a situation where that'd be applicable. Nice shoes, no jeans. If you have any, for first offenses, we do have warnings, so don't worry about this hurting your reputation, especially with the new ones. But if you have any questions, please send out an email to me, and I have a list of both business casual and business professional requirements for both our male and female members that I have accessible. I would like to offer once more my services for any senators who, or members of the student body who wish to write resolutions. Myself and my committee, the governance committee, are always willing to lend a hand and help you format resolutions. We highly encourage you writing. It's a great way of addressing issues. Just look at where it went, but our vice president wrote a housing resolution that's really helped get the ball rolling on that. Recently, Director He and Senator Matthew, last name escapes me at the moment, came up with some really good legislation regarding students with disabilities. So this is stuff that's really important that helps us get out. And you're worried about formatting, feel free to seek me out and I'll definitely work with you on that. Finally, I had a few concerns for some of the newer senators who joined. We do enforce the rules. We have, unfortunately, removed people previously. But I just want to reassure you that if you do your job, this isn't the type of thing you'll accidentally, realize you've been impeached. It takes a lot of willful negligence and intentionally not doing your job and not following the requirements that are pretty explicitly put out there, which we will always gladly tell you what's expected of you. I will send out an email soon outlining demerits and strikes and how all that works. But if you're new, don't worry about getting accidentally impeached. You have to do a bad job on purpose, frankly. End report.
Hello everyone. Hope you had a good week, and I know you were all happy that it was my birthday yesterday. So thanks, Deja, for messaging me. I scheduled a meeting with Michael Parton to talk about KSU Data Capital. So we're going to be trying to do that again. I know we did it last year, and it was a lot of fun for people who went. I'm also going to be meeting with him to talk about the upcoming agenda for the Georgia General Assembly, and if there's going to be any legislation that's going to be affecting the student body. I'm also going to be attending the first Cobb County Board of Elections meeting coming up on the 12th of February at 4 p.m. If anybody else would like to join me. That's going to be part of my, one of the big things I'm going to be doing for my position is definitely to increase student participation in elections, so I definitely want to be informed of what's going on in our county in terms of elections coming up this year. End of report.
Hey guys, so I had a meeting with the senators from Wellstar College and from College of Science and Math, and also the president of AMSA, and we're working on getting a pre-health advisor, and so that'll cover pre-med, pre-dentistry, pre-vet, basically anything. And so we're working on that. I'm going to be meeting with Chris Hutt coming up to kind of get that going, and hopefully he'll be able to come to a meeting so you guys can kind of pick his brain about that, and also say any other things you have going on with advising or anything you've heard from your constituents. And then, so I have the dates for Fuel for Midterms. Just write it down because it's mandatory. It is March 1st, it's a Thursday, and on the Marietta campus, it'll be from 11:30 to 12:30, and on Kennesaw campus, it'll be from 1:30 to 2:30. And on the Kennesaw campus, it'll be where it normally is, like in the little green step area behind the student center, like in between the library and UC, like it's like a little stair area, like right there. And then on Marietta, we're gonna track like we did last time. I think that was pretty efficient. For my time, we're just gonna do donuts and stuff, donuts and coffee. I just don't have time to do anything else right now, to be honest.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. If you cannot make it, and really the only excuse is school, like if you have class, or if you have work that you cannot get out of, like 100%, you need to send me an email and you need to like screenshot your schedule and say why you cannot make it. And I need that probably within the next week or two, just so I know. So just repeat that. If you cannot make it because of school or work, you need to email me like as soon as possible. And you also should CC your Senate lead on it, and then that'll be an excused absence of times. Okay, so the date, once again, is March 1st. It's a Thursday. On Marietta campus, it'll be from 11:30 to 12:30, and we'll meet at the Globe, or we'll meet in the student, like our SGA office in the student center. That's where we'll meet on the Marietta campus. And on Kennesaw campus, it's from 1:30 to 2:30, and we'll meet out where we normally are. And if you don't know where that is, you can just meet in the SGA office a little bit before and help us walk stuff down. And if you can't make it, you need to let me know as soon as possible. Email me, CC your Senate leads, and please provide proof. If you just decide not to show up, that's an unexcused absence and strike? Automatic strike. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Are there any questions about that? No? End of report. Oh, yes, sorry.
So if you're at the Kennesaw campus,
Stand up,
can you go to the
Robert, stand up, please. Sorry.
So if you're at the So if we're at the Kennesaw campus, can we go to the Marietta campus?
Yeah, you can go to whatever campus you want to. It's not specifically to your campus. You just have to show up to one. And you only have to go to one. If you want to go to both, cool. You're not going to get excused from field for finals for that. But, I mean, cool. So you can do both, but you're only required to do one. And it can be either campus. And I know we kind of had like a little, I don't want to say a problem, but last time people left early. And that's cool and all, but it's not cool. So if you need to leave early, like for class or something, please tell me. Don't just like leave and then not tell me where you're going, because, no offense, but it kind of pissed me off last time. So this time, I'm just going to say you're not there, because if I don't see you, you don't tell me why, it's just like not cool. Because I'm going to be there just as long as you guys are, twice. But yeah, you can go to any campus. Any other questions? All right, move forward.
Director Rubio.
Hey guys. Hey. So we are looking at sort of reorganizing what I want to do this semester with the SGA week, 3 to 4 days in early to mid-March. Next Monday I'm going to see if Harmon is onto it, because some things have changed. And so we just want to make sure we can get the whole format. If not, I'll let you know. But we will be meeting, my committee will be meeting after this. Okay, so my committee will be meeting after this meeting, so we can just a really quick thing just to get it up to date. But besides that, Owl Creek Week was a complete success. That was something that they were trying out for the first year. They want to do an annual sort of week-long event for Owl Creek, and they did decent for the first outing. So besides that, I'm going to work.
Oh, Director Robinson.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. Who's excited to be here back to back? Woo! Yeah, again. Who's pissed because they didn't have plans next Wednesday anyways? I'm just kidding, this is fine. Let's play a quick game. It's called 3 Questions. It's a spin-off of 20 questions. Who loves SGA? Woo! Who's coming back next year? Who filled out the application? Sorry, who didn't fill out the application? Yeah, okay.
Come on.
Herschel filled it out.
Okay, we love you.
Jessica, where you at? We missed out some people. Tomorrow's the last day. Tomorrow's the last day. We need to get all the applications in by tomorrow night, 11:59. Fill them out. Jonathan, I know you're big on the gram. Did you share the Instagram pictures I sent you in the grouping? Share the pictures, guys. Let's get the ratings up. I know. I posted it. I posted it. like, we have some good numbers, lots of people apply in the past few days. Let's keep it going, it's gonna be a fun year next year. That's it. I'm not gonna be here next year. I might be here next year, house is really hard, but
What
hopefully.
do you do if you're here for lectures? You're a guest.
What?
If you're a guest.
Yeah, of course. If you're a guest who is here for elections, come see me after the meeting, because I didn't record your name. I did have one more thing to say. Oh my god, you reminded me.
Next week we
Oh yeah, thank you. Next week we have our mandatory candidate meeting. It's on Monday. Make sure you guys are available. If you're not, a few people have emailed me. That's okay. We'll figure something out. But it is Monday on Kennesaw and Marietta, 7 to 8. Kennesaw, it's in the lounge room behind the SGA office, and Marietta, it's in a conference room.
It's 8214. It's right by the theater.
Yeah.
Like those like couple rooms that are
We'll
like,
send you guys the
right
information
next to
through me again. I'll make some flyers. We'll get you guys there. So, any questions? Yes, you
I just wanted to ask, I work on Mondays.
Of course, yeah. Just shoot me an email. Like, a few other people can't make it either.
Okay.
And we'll definitely work something out. Not a deal. But everyone else is a big deal. Show up. All right.
Sally Holden.
Senate Lead Holden. Hey guys, sorry I wasn't here last week. I was in a wreck, so I'm not dead. It's a good thing. But I'm ready, excited to get everything started. Be looking out for the doodle for all of the one-on-ones that we're going to be doing for the month of February, all of my senators. If you don't know if you're my senator, I'll be sending out an email to all of you guys letting you know if you're my senator. If not, I will be taking a few people from the Kennesaw campus because I don't want Christine to have to deal with that many.
Even though I can handle it.
She says.
Wait, what did you say?
She says.
But
Watch the live stream.
other than that, just get ready, like start having your administrative meetings with the administrators of your college and your constituencies and things like that, and be on the lookout for an email from me in the report.
I'm really not trying to have beef tonight.
All right. Sally Gagne.
So the one-on-ones, I know that a couple people, I don't know, some confusion always happens, so I'm actually just having one-on-ones for the next 2 days in case you missed it on the doodle or whatever. So please see me after the meeting if we have not met for our one-on-one this week, and we will find time tomorrow and Friday to get that done. Just so you guys aren't punished for that. I'm trying to be as flexible as possible, so please see me after the meeting. And then also, I have had some concern on how I give out my doodles. So I wanted to do a quick person count because I want you guys to obviously share your opinion and what you guys think would be easier for you. You know, trying to be fair and that stuff. So if you would prefer to be emailed the doodle, please raise your hand. Okay, and if you're cool with group me, raise your hand. Okay, all right, so it's group me. Okay, so with that in mind, because we had majority vote group me, you need to be looking through the group me. If you have an absolute problem with that and it just does not work with your phone and the doodle does not work with something that happens, I don't know, then please see me after the meeting and I will just start emailing them to you personally, okay? I think that's fair. Okay, and then to go on the more fun note, okay, you saw me passing around those paper bags earlier, okay? And like I said, I'm pretty single, so we're gonna bring that up again and talk about SGA Valentines, okay? So for those of you who just forgot the information or didn't get it, SGA Valentines we're gonna do, you know, throwing it back to elementary school where you got a paper bag, and then everybody in SGA kind of donates their little candy gram, or if you don't want to spend money, you can make a personal note and you can put them in each other's paper bags. And then how that is going to work is if you have a paper bag or if you don't have one, they will be the rest that I have with me. Please come grab them after the meeting. You will just decorate that, put your name on it, put it in the office. I would love for you guys to have them all in on Monday, so that way you can get all your little doodles and grants and stuff in through that entire week. And then on Friday, that will be the end of SGA Valentine's.
So please, again, have them in on Monday. So take the weekend to decorate your bag how you feel fits your personality. Buy candy, make notes, just try to give what you would want to receive. Does that make sense?
Valentine's Day candy would go on sale on Thursday.
And it will go on sale on Thursday. Yeah, and the bags will stay in the office the whole week. So there are plenty of opportunities for you to participate. I would love for you guys to all have a part in it because I spent my own money on it. Okay. So yeah, all right.
Senator McGinnis, can we get a current list of everyone in SGA in case we do want to personalize things?
Yeah, for those of you who do need that list and stuff, after this meeting, I will go home and send out the matrix of everybody's name and stuff, so that way you can name and position. Emily's gonna do that to you tonight.
Does anyone have any allergies that like they like peanut butter or anything? You do?
Hey, pizza, hate my boy.
Okay, so there you go. We have some people with peanut allergies, so try to avoid the candies with peanuts in it. Or just write some personal letters and, like touch each other's hearts and stuff, okay? It's Valentine's Day. All right, cool. Any other questions? No? All right. Again, be sure to see me after this meeting if something went crazy with your schedule and we were not able to meet because I do not want to send out demerits for one-on-ones anymore. That's not acceptable. Cool.
Guys, I've been sick for 3 weeks. It's miserable. I have bronchitis.
She's fine.
But I've been messaging Ron and getting updates on the budget, and I'll email you guys.
Secretary Toby, just make sure you guys as senators are getting your campus engagement requests into the form when I outline. Remember that I need them in like at least 2 weeks in advance because the system literally does not let me reserve anything less than 5 days away. So just give me enough time to get to them. I'm usually pretty quick with them. I usually have like a 2-day turnaround, but it really depends on when I have my office hours. Like if you submit on Friday, I probably won't see it get to it until Monday. So thanks and report.
Vice President Rowland.
Hey guys, a couple things. So I met with Dr. Santiago last week, Thursday. I forgot the notes from that meeting in the office, but if you want to find out what happened, just let me know. I can send you that stuff later on. Also, I'm setting up a meeting with James Bitchford. He is the head of housing. The housing application just opened this week, so he's had a hectic week, but he's going to get back to me. He wants to come speak to SGA. He didn't have time last week, that was his first semester here, but he hasn't had a chance to speak with us, and he wants to talk with us at some point this semester. So that'll be happening, and you can ask him any questions as far as regarding housing for the rest of life. And then, something about, Gabe and I went to the Miller Legacy something, that was called, something like that.
Miller Legacy Foundation.
There we go, Miller Legacy Foundation is something they do for Zell Miller, who was the creator of the Hope Scholarship and things like that. And so we went to that ceremony earlier this week, which was a nice thing for us to attend. And I think that's it. Do you guys have any other questions? Oh, also, police chief has not given me updates yet. So that means that the paperwork is still down at the Board of Regents, has to get approved by them before they can announce who the official police chief is. But I'll keep you guys posted as soon as they let me know. I'll let you guys know who lives up to be the next police chief. And then something that no one else mentioned, officer reports are due tonight. So don't forget to do those. No, they're due tonight. Yeah. All right, and report.
This week doesn't have to be perfect. It can just be like bullet points. We'll all make it. It's okay. But then you don't have to do it for 2 weeks. So like it's lit.
All right, President Rock.
So just
just a reminder, sit with the senators in your college. I know this feels like awkward, so it's like, okay, what do I do? I think we're missing some tablecloths, so if you have a tablecloth from a tabling that you went to, someone take it, print sure, bring it back, because they're very expensive. Yeah, be good stewards of the offices. And elections ends tomorrow at 11:45, application. If you're interested, I know we were talking about this like a little bit in the group meeting earlier, I think. If you're interested in like a director position or a Senate lead position, talk to the people who are in those positions because they can kind of take you along the next couple of months and show you what they're doing. Senate leads do have to be an elected senator to be a Senate lead. So just as a reminder, like if you're interested like only in Senate lead, then go for application and then become a Senate lead. Iggy and I are on the presidential search committee. The new president, super exciting. One more committee that we've asked to be on. So our first meeting is on Valentine's Day at 9 a.m. It's going to be so much fun. So we'll keep you guys updated on how that's going. I was surprised like how many people that actually knew that were going to be on the committee, like professors around campus. Our alumni association president is on the committee as well. So it's like a really good group of people. It's not just like a bunch of board regents people. So that's really good for Kennesaw. They actually listened to us. Should have listened to my resolution last year. That's all right. We're not salty at all. And that's it. All right. Now we're going to go to open forum. This is a time for any senator or guest to bring something up to SGA. For senators, mainly it's for them to keep everyone updated on what they're doing, and then for guests, if they have any questions or concerns, they can bring them up to us. All right. Anything from you? Got it? No. Okay. Okay. Senator Edwards.
Hey guys, I'm Senator for Fraternity and Story Life, and this just kind of something I've been thinking about recently. And a lot of sororities and fraternities do this, where they have one GroupMe or Facebook page for business and then one for everything. This might solve the problem of kind of like doodles getting lost in the GroupMe, where there's one where only like the executive board can post in there, where they only make mini announcements or whatever. And there's one which kind of like what there is now, where people can ask questions, kind of like chat. That might be an idea going forward, just so the problem of like ideas getting lost won't be an issue anymore.
Like a Facebook
I got you.
page.
Do people check Facebook though?
I don't know about Facebook, but I actually like because like that's what like my screen does.
Yeah.
But I think for SGA it would be more beneficial for a GroupMe where it was only where exec can post on it. And that's like a no exceptions technical.
Okay. Let's vote on that. Yeah. Okay. So is there a motion on the floor? Is that okay?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
totally.
Just to make it like easy, and no one is going to judge each other. One or GroupMe, like just make sure. Okay. Is there a motion on the floor to have a fully business GroupMe and then have a fun group? Director,
I move to have a business GroupMe for the Student Government Association.
is there a second? Seconded by Mr. Claire. Is there any discussion on the motion? All in favor, please raise your hand.
I was going to abstain.
Okay. All opposed? Any abstentions? That motion does pass. All right, we will do that. GroupMe. Yeah. Thank you. All right, anything else for before? Oh. Whoever's next.
So my first. She has mic. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. It's very standing.
No, you go ahead.
Senator Liggins from the Honors College. I just wanted to talk about something that Senator Toy and I have started working on. We are working on possibly getting better resources in the women's restrooms for feminine hygiene. And right now we're sending out a survey just to kind of see what the need is on both campuses. So we're going to be putting that survey into the GroupMe and also sending it to lots of people. So we will need y'all's help to spread that around just so we can collect data and stuff. So just, that would be great if you guys could help us with that.
That's awesome. Good job.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm really glad she said that because my personal project is getting free funding here in the wellness center as well as the bathrooms. So you should probably link up with me. I have talked to the wellness center, and I have some information that might be useful to you. So connect and network here.
Yay.
Oh, also,
Sorry, go ahead.
if you guys have any resources that you can give to us or any ideas that will make this possibly happen, please reach out because you guys know we're tight on budgeting, so any type of donation or anything, just let us know.
Senator McGinnis.
Senator McGinnis, Senator for Non-Traditional Students. I met with my administrator recently, Amanda, on the Marietta campus in Adult and Computer Student Affairs, and she was talking with Ryan Kesey in the Center for Student Leadership about having a global goals week, perhaps on both campuses. Not currently sure what, but they were talking about the UN and focusing towards sustainable development. So any ideas are welcome. Anyone who wants to get involved in this would be appreciated. You know, we are currently in planning stages.
Have they talked to Model UN?
I will definitely bring that up.
I think there's a couple people in here that are in Model UN.
Yeah.
Right. Matthew. All right. Anything else for open forum? Senator
Senator Singleton, Senator for Athletics. As I said last week, there's a basketball game tomorrow at 7 p.m. Free pizza, a lot of free pizza there, so y'all come show y'all support. This is their conference game, so this is a very big game for them. So if you guys can spread the word, I'll be posting the flyer. Shout out to all of them. So we're posting the flyer in the group meeting, so you guys can post on your social media and things like that. It starts at 7 p.m., so I hope to see y'all there.
Go owls and stuff, am I right?
Anything else for open forum? Senator George.
Senator Tor for first year students. Going off what Senator Lickman said, we're going to put that survey link in the group meet. If you guys could share it with all your other groupies and stuff, but also something that's really important, even if you do not identify as a female, please take the survey because we do have certain answer options under questions that are not applicable, but even if you don't identify as female, but it's something you agree with or want to see improved, please take the survey so we can get everyone's
Senator Crawford, international students. Senator Jerry and I, we're having a ladies appreciation week for our fraternity on Alpha Phi Alpha next week for Valentine's Day week, and we're having our first event on Monday. If you guys want to show your support, it's at 7 o'clock in the social science building. 2:15, 20:15, but I'll put more information in the group meeting. But it's called Durags and Bonnets. It's going to be on Monday next week.
That would be an announcement. You're new, so it's all good. But yeah, because that's not SGA, right? It's like, yeah. So that'd be an announcement. Oh, that's awesome. So exciting. Okay, Sheriff, you're doing.
Just quick, is anyone on the parking and transportation committee? You are?
Yeah, I haven't gone to
Very important.
Okay,
I'm going to the next one.
oh wait, can I?
Are you on it?
Oh, that's right, I totally was like, yeah. Can you meet with me after the meeting real quick?
Sure.
Are you?
Let's go.
All right. Anything else for open forum? Senator Stelter.
Senator for the College of the Arts. I met with Dr. Poulter, the Dean of the Arts, and we went over a bunch of improvements that they're trying to do for next year. And some of the things that they wanted input on from the students that were trying to gather by just talking was study abroad classes that would be interesting for them because there's only one study abroad excluding gen eds for everyone. And the second one was creating more internships and other opportunities. So that's like the two big things that we're striving for. Cool.
All right. Anything else for open forum? Jesus. Okay. All right. Now we'll go into announcements.
this is the time that if you have anything outside of SGA that you'd like to share with us, an event, anything cool that's happening, free food somewhere, share with us. Anything for announcements? Vice President Kobalachi?
Alright, so the KSU club hockey team is having their final game at the Ice Forum. So I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the Ice Forum got purchased, it's been torn down. The Ice Forum is going away. And so this is their last game at the Ice Forum in Kennesaw versus Georgia Tech, which is like a big rivalry, I guess. And it's a blackout game, so if you don't have any plans on Friday, want something to do, Ice Hockey is having their final game at yeah, the game is
It's at 10. All their games are at 10, so I'm the biggest hockey fan here.
Okay.
Okay, we're in.
And
They're $5 for students, $7 for without students, and I know that because I'm the biggest hockey fan here.
All right, anything else for notes?
I don't need a mic, I can hold it.
Well, you get mic for recording, sorry.
Alright, okay, so I'm a member of Ladies of Distinction, and February 13th we're having a big sale and at Teddy Bear Drive. So if anybody has old stuffed animals, could you bring them because we're sending them to sick kids. And is that everybody's stuffed animal? What day? February 13th, and it starts at 11 a.m. In the student center, the big sale is. And I think you can drop off the stuffed animals to the box in the cart upstairs by it's across from, yeah, it's across from Creek Line. Yeah, I mean, it's just old stuffed animals, so like I have like 80 stuffed animals. So, I don't,
anything else?
I think they're raffles, I'm not quite sure, I just know where it's taken out, so. Thank you.
Anything else for announcements?
So I'm playing John Mackey's Soprano Sax Concerto with the KSU Wind Ensemble on March 12th. Is on?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have free tickets in the SGA office if you guys are willing to go. So it's on Monday at 8 p.m. It's gonna be pretty dope.
All right. All right, just as a reminder, elections committee is going to meet after this, and executive board is going to meet in the SGA office after all of the other meetings. But it's 8 o'clock, so we're fine. We'll see. Yeah. All right. Is there, and then if you're here for elections, make sure to sign with Mona, and that's it. All right. Is there a motion before to adjourn this meeting? Senator McGinnis.
I move to adjourn this meeting.
Is there a second? Seconded by Director Rubio. Is there any discussion on that motion? All in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed? Any abstentions? That motion does pass.
Come get your ballot